So, good afternoon, everybody. It is 65 degrees out. Don't know why I'm wearing a sweater. Didn't really think this one through. Whatever. Well, that's pretty late. Yeah, I am on my way to go grocery shopping right now, which, thanks to COVID-19, Justin and I have figured out a really great grocery shopping system where we make the list and I go grocery shopping by myself and he stays home with kids. That is our new system. Gosh, my hair is not working with me today, whatever. But I budgeted $200 for grocery shopping for the next 2 weeks. I know people are gonna be like, oh my god, that's not a lot of money for 4 people. Well, see, here's the thing. I go to Grocery Outlet Bargain Market and I buy my groceries there because it's cheap as hell, and I save like at least over $110-$120 every time I go there. So I will continue to go there until it goes out of business or I go broke, whatever. Yeah, so I go grocery shopping at Grocery Outlet. I get everything that I can get there, and then anything else that I can't get at Grocery Outlet because they're not like as stocked as a full-blown like grocery store. It is what it is. This one here is pretty teeny. If I can compare Grocery Outlet to anything, it would be Aldi. So all of my southern friends, you know what I'm talking about. It's like Aldi. So we go there, we get the gist of our groceries, or not me, get the gist of our groceries, and then I go to Fred Meyer's or Kroger or Walmart. But there have been confirmed cases of employees, finally, it took them long enough, I was wondering when it was going to happen, of COVID at Walmart's. So we are not going to Walmart's right now. Fun. So I'll probably go to Fred Meyer's or Target if I cannot find what I'm looking for. But yeah, I have my cute little mask with me. I have my list. I have my budget envelopes. I am going to run to the bank before I go grocery shopping so I can put all of my monies in my envelopes for the next 2 weeks. So yeah, I figured while I'm driving to Le Grocery Outlet Bargain Market that I would talk about how I budget, because a lot of people were wondering how I budget, and I picked up this budgeting like way back in September, right after Justin got home, but then Justin left, and I tried to practice the same budgeting skills then as I do now, but it just didn't happen. So this year when we moved to this new house is when we finally like picked it back up. And we do a budget by paycheck and the money envelope system, or the cash envelope system, or the cash like binder system, as you want to call it. It's hard right now because a lot of people or places or businesses aren't accepting cash because they have to touch it. So it's a little tricky right now, and I'm trying to give myself some grace when I plan this budget, just because of that. But basically what it is you put, don't mind me, I'm going around the corner. You put your paycheck, like however many paychecks you're receiving for the pay period, you put them on a worksheet. The worksheet breaks it down by bills during that pay period. It puts your envelopes, sinking funds, debt, like credit card debt or car debt or anything, into its own files and stuff, and then you have your savings file. So I have budgeted this week for gas, groceries, me, Justin, the kids, outings, dinners, because we like to go out and do stuff still, even if we're not like going into restaurants and sitting down. So I will go to the bank and I will pull out, I think I've budgeted $300 between the groceries and the other tiny expenses, like me, Justin, the kids, After I did our budget, that left us with, I think, $700 left over from this paycheck that we, after paying all of our bills, all of our debt, that we have just left over. And either that can go to our savings, or it can go to doubling paying off debt, or doubling any type of payment right now. We try really hard to save our money, but like, you know, shit happens. Projects want to be done, unexpected expenses. But yeah, so that is what I'm doing today. We are finishing our budget. We are putting our money in our envelopes. We are doing all the good things to stay budget friendly. Now I'm pulling up to the ATM and I'm always so freaking scared that I'm gonna hit these things. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this real quick. So I'm pretty sure, let's see how many I have. I have 6 envelopes here. They're all labeled, you know, it is what it is. I just need to find groceries, because groceries needs to be handled first. 200 into the groceries envelope, and then the groceries envelope will sit just right on top of my wallet, because I'm going grocery shopping, obviously. So yeah, groceries, 200 in there. And then I have 5. So it's outings and dinner, our kids, Justin, me, and then extra savings and cash. That's just like a buffer. That's basically what I call it, is a buffer. So like, let's say my groceries is $202. I will pull out a 20 from my extra savings, extra cash, and use it towards my grocery bill, and then whatever change is left over goes back into this one, not into the groceries one, because this is just like my buffer money. So yeah, I will just divvy out my extra $100 into these envelopes, because, you know, we need a little extra cash every now and then. Like, I like doing things that Justin doesn't like doing, so like, I need money for it, i.e. going to Dutch Bros. But here's the tricky thing, Dutch Bros isn't accepting cash right now. So what do? I will either not take out money if I know that that's what I want to dedicate my $20 to, and leave it in my account. That way I can use my card, and then I just put in there that I took my 20, left it in the account for said expense, and then I will write the total expense down, not just $20. So then I end up having some money to save in my account, if that makes any freaking sense. And I'm sorry if this is just like rambling, but like, I don't have my budget book right in front of me, so it's kind of hard to explain to people. And this looks really tedious, like putting $20 in each envelope, but it's really nice because I can just set them on the counter, and when I need them, I can just fiddle through them, find which one I want, and take the cash out. And that way it's not just like random cash and you don't know what it's going to or what it's for, if that makes any sense. I thought about, after I bought these, I thought about just getting like, you know, those like little accordion handheld folders, putting that in there and then just labeling it, so I only have to carry around one thing, which in the end I might do, but at the same time I like just having one envelope with $100 or $200 or $20 in it, as opposed to like 500, 600, 300. Like, if someone steals it, I would not be as sad about someone stealing a $20 bill as opposed to $500. So it's just stuff to think about. So with that being said, groceries, B is on the top. I'm going to buckle up again, and I'm gonna head out of here, and I'm gonna go to the grocery store. So maybe I'll just turn some music on and sing. No, just kidding. I won't do that. That's embarrassing. So I'm at grocery outlet. I'm going to go inside. I am going to, you know, get all my groceries, and I will tell you what I have left to get, how much I spent, where I am going next, and all that good shit. I would say I would record in here, but I feel very weird doing that still, so. And I usually grocery shop with my music playing, like earbuds in, that way people don't talk to me. So, yeah, I'm gonna slap my mask on, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do my grocery shopping. There are not many people here, like, at all, so, like, I'm not really worried about that, but it's just, like, you can never be too careful. And, I don't know. I'm the type of person that sees someone with a mask and I'm like, oh my god, they're sick. But then I realized they're also not trying to inhale things and not always sick, so I'm gonna give it a go, and if I don't like it, I'm just gonna take it off. I get really weird about, like, breathing in hot air, so we'll see how this goes. But I'll update you guys when I come out, so. So I'll pull out my list too. It is hot as fucking shit though. I'm dying. I just got out of grocery outlet. Give me a sec. I got almost all of my groceries, and thanks to god dang coronavirus, prices of things have gone up. You know, that's usual during mass panic, hysteria, pandemic, all that good shit. So yeah, the price did go up. I spent $195, and I did not get everything on my list that I wanted to, but thankfully I got $4 extra from it to put into my extra savings bowl snatch for the next store that I'm gonna have to go to. So I got almost everything on my list, right? I just didn't get bread, refried beans, corn dogs because Allison is obsessed, Uncrustables, P-Money's obsessed with those, taco seasoning, and of course almond milk because my kid is dairy free. Preston, that's what I'm talking about. So I have to go to Fred Meyer's to get that. I am estimating it will cost me about it'll probably be about $30-ish, which also goes over my extra blah blah blah, my extra savings cash envelope that I have stashed away in here. So what I will do is I will just take from the other envelope, like, let's say outings / dinner, because, you know, we can't really go out to dinner and stuff right now. So that still leaves $60 between me, Justin, and the kids that we can use on ourselves or wherever. Since we aren't going out right now, we don't really spend this money, so it ends up just going into the savings. So if we do need it, we'll use it. So just like we're gonna use the outings and dinner file to get the rest of our stuff, because thanks inflation and price gouging. Ugh, anxiety. But yeah. So I am back the next day because I forgot to yesterday. I figured I would continue talking about budget because I don't remember where exactly I left off either. I remember being in the Fred Meyer's parking lot, and no, I haven't looked at my videos to jog my memory. The kids are watching Dora right now, which is great because Allison is now starting to talk to me in Spanish. Cool. But it keeps their interest so I can get this done, like stuff like this, without them crying the whole time. I am not gonna put my hair like this because yuck. But yesterday, you guys went to the bank with me. I pulled out $300 cash. I divvied them up into our envelopes, and because I am who I am, I didn't want to use my debit card for anything. So when I went to Fred Meyer's, I obviously spent over my budget for groceries because stuff like that happens. So, and I went over my extra savings and extra cash budget, which is not a big deal. I pulled out that amount of cash for instances for me to use my money instead of using my card. So I ended up spending $60 at Fred Meyer's yesterday because Justin asked me to get oil for his truck. But this is our budget workbook. It has all of our current month bills in the front. It goes by months right here. And then within the months, you have your bills and all the info. And then it's an expense tracker. So when our bank app finally figures its life out, I will get on here and I will start jotting down any extra expenses that were put onto our card, aka gas, or I went and stopped and got Dutch Bros for the family. That's an expense I'll have to mark down. Anything that is carded that's not through your cash needs to be marked. And I do that every like 3 or 4 days. So yeah, that is basically what I do. And at the end, there's this like thing, it says like, where did all my money go? And you'll just add it all up and figure out like what unnecessary things you're spending money on. So you can look back on it and like be like, oh, I don't need to go do that. Like I'll be fine without like going out to a restaurant every week. So that is that. So yeah. I feel like I'm just rambling, but I feel like you guys get the gist. It's basically just allotting yourself a certain amount, only spending a certain amount, trying to save a certain amount. You can do this thing called like a debt snowball. This is like a Dave Ramsey-y type thing where you pay off one racket of debt, right? And you take that payment that you were paying on it and you put it, keep doing it and put it towards the next biggest line of debt. So like, let's say you had, we'll just use me for instance. I was renting to own a camera, so I was spending X amount every month on like leasing my camera. And once we paid that off, I just took whatever I was paying that per monthly and putting it onto our next line of debt. So like our car payment. So whatever I was using for my camera now goes onto my car payment per month. So I'm like paying more off each month as the time goes by. We're still living off of X amount of money per month from like camera budget to now camera, non-existent camera onto car. So we're paying more. If that makes sense. It's a snowball. So once you get done paying that amount of debt off, you will take whatever you were paying for that and then pay the next thing off until you have no debt at all. So, yeah. You just gotta do it. It's really hard when you and your partner aren't on the same page for it because like, you kind of have to be on the same page for it. Like your partner has to take his envelope or her envelope or her X amount of cash or remember to take the grocery thing when they go grocery shopping or anything like that. So you just have to maybe voice it to your spouse and see what they say, because I didn't think Justin was going to be into it at all. I was like, oh no, he's going to be like, no, blah, blah, blah. But money management was probably like the biggest issue in the beginning of our relationship. So now that we've like kind of figured it out, and money is one of the harder things to talk about for people, and I don't understand why. Because everybody struggles with money at some point in their life, whether they're 17, 22, 34, 50. Someone will have debt, struggle with money. You know, it is what it is. Thankfully, Justin has it's not a really good paying job, but it's a steady paycheck. Like, you always know it's going to be there. So, thankfully, during this Corona time, I feel bad for not being able to work, but I technically cannot do photography right now. So, there's nothing coming in except him. So, we just have to budget for his life, just his paycheck instead of what I could potentially bring in a month. So it is what it is, but you just got to do it together. Money shouldn't be a hard thing to talk about. I do think like keeping your actual X amount of debt, money, should be kept to yourself, but talking about finances should not be something that is like super taboo. But yeah, like I won't put numbers out on YouTube, but if you ask me personally, like I will tell you and show you and break it down like how we do it. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go feed my heathens. So, I will try to include anything else that I forgot in this video, but if not, you will get a red one. You will be seeing this soon, and I don't know why I'm saying that because you'd probably be watching it if you're seeing it. So, yeah. So, wow. I am on the Hot Mess Express right now. Don't mind me. The kids are having like quiet time-ish. So, I'm just taking this moment to quiet time myself. So I was putting my video together and I realized that I forgot to hit a really important topic, and that's probably because I didn't have my budget book in front of me. But, in said budget book, at the very beginning, you will write down, there's a little area for it, and you will write down the guesstimate of what you think your automatic bills that have to come out of your account will be and what the actual cost of them is. So it breaks it down where you will budget like what you think you're gonna get paid. You'll budget what you think your expenses will be. You will budget what you think you want to put in your envelopes. You budget what you think that you will want to put away in savings, what you think will be your debt that you need to pay. And then you will put the actual amount down, and you'll kind of just like, it's confusing, but it makes sense. So you'll like, let's say you guess that something will be $20 and your actual expense is $19.99. There's a penny, like every penny, every cent counts. So at the beginning, I had to budget like Netflix, Hulu, insurance, car payment, rent, like any other expenses, Apple Music, I have to pay for Adobe, I have to pay for certain things with my business, even though business can't be ran functionally right now. It is what it is. Thankfully, Justin is very understanding. So I did that. I did our envelopes for groceries, gas, us, extra, whatever, the $300 in cash that I pulled out. And then after all of that was done, that is how I got my remaining balance of $700 of unused money. Okay? If that makes any sense at all. I'm sorry this video is so choppy and random. I'm not good at this. But like when I didn't have my budget book in front of me, it was really hard. And after watching the videos, I realized that I missed a key point in all of this. So if you have made it this far through, congratulations. Also, another thing that I forgot to point out is that if you want to do the budget system that we do, you will need to get the Money Management Dave Ramsey book, whatever that's called. And then you will want to find, she's called The Budget Mom on Instagram. She has the budget workbook that I purchased. I purchased the downloadable copy, so I downloaded it, printed it at home, put it in a binder by myself. I watched videos on it. I read the book. I watched her do it. I modified it a different way just so it works for our family, yet we're still saving money. Hey, Allie, please let it go. You have that one to scan right there. Scan it while he's looking at it. You don't need to touch it. So yeah. That's after bills, everything, expenses for the house, remaining balance. So yeah, just, I guess if you have any questions, you can just message me and I can help you. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's not hard, but it's not easy. It's just, it takes a lot of brain power. It's not just, oh, I have this amount of money in my account, let me just swipe it until it's gone, essentially. So, And in between the time that I filmed the first part of the video, the ending, and now, Justin has decided that, like I said, he wanted to do projects. He has a project on his truck that he wants to do, and he estimated the total to be around $200, and so far he has spent $160 to do this project. So that has to come out of the $700 total at the end that we had saved. It isn't a big deal. It is what it is. Like, this had to be done in order for him to, like, continue keep driving his car. Okay, thank you. So yeah, that is that. I will refigure the budget since he brought that expense up. And yeah, it is just tedious little bits and pieces here and there. So yeah, I think I'm done rambling. I thought this was gonna be short. It's not. It's 6 minutes later, so I am done. I hope this helps, and I will see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, put the notification bell on, share this video. My child is so extra. But yeah, you know the drill. I hope this helped.